another round of one of your favorite series. Remember, I need your questions to keep this going, so leave your comments down below for rapid fire Q&A. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, info box down below for my mixing courses on ProMix Academy and free plugins, special discounts and offers. Also, if our videos are helping you, you wanna support the channel, click the join button down here. See all the perks of becoming a member. Another gold member, Alexi, how do you mix or master in general? Imagining you got audio files from your client. Do they tell you what to do? Basically, they give you reference tracks, or they rely on you and trust your ears and your creative approach. 90% of the time, they just let me do my job, and that's why they hire me. Usually I hear the material and I give them my first thought. I literally take a piece of paper and pen and write down my very first impression, the very first time that I hear the rough mix or the demo, and I tell them where do I feel like I would go with that mix. And 90% of the time they tell me, yeah, that's perfect, that's what I wanted, and we are on the same page from the get-go. And they also tell me, also add whatever creative elements you want. I am lucky that way. My clients do want me to add things and to add my stamp on their mixes. I feel blessed, I feel lucky, because it's so much better to have this freedom, you know, and they are always satisfied. Very few times, they do send me reference tracks. Actually, I have to ask most times, more often than not, because they usually go, no, this is a song, that do your thing. But sometimes I ask for reference tracks, or they send me a reference track. And sometimes especially I can think of the past mixes, like recent mixes. I was like, dude, your track is better than this. You know, let me try something, and then I'll send you a version and you tell me, you know. I can think of a couple of hip-hop mixes where the reference tracks were like so skimpy, and I was like, really? No, your track can be better than that. Very, very few times I have clients that they don't tell me what to do. I mean, you can, but you pay me by the hour if you want to sit next to me and basically move my hands. But I think it's useless. I think it's pointless to hire a mix engineer I mean, it's not pointless, to be honest, because if the producers, the artists know what they want very well, but they don't know how to technically do it, that's a good scenario. That is when you are an interpreter, basically. They tell you how they want this to sound, but they don't know how to do it, so you do it. And maybe you have to try a couple of times to nail it, but of course that is a kind of session. It's called assisted session, because I don't usually have anybody with me when I mix. That is more expensive, just because we go through a lot of trial and error in that way. Because sometimes the artists know exactly what they want, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they think they do. And like, oh, I want this drum to sound 70s. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, you don't want that. But they want to try. So we try, and then they go, that doesn't sound like I had in my mind. You know, and at that point, it's up to you saying, hey, look, I think I know what you want. Let me try and do my thing. I try to interpret what they are trying to say, or the feel that they try to convey with the song. And I think that's what separates a good mix engineer from a bad mix engineer. It's not the technical part. We all know how to compress a snare. It's when, how much, and in what fashion, you know? And understanding what vision the artists have, and also what feeling, what emotion they're trying to get out of their listeners. And sometimes, like I said, they know how to do it, and sometimes they're almost there, and that's your job. I think the real job of a mix engineer is to make sure the sound good, but also passes the message that was intended to pass. I hope this answered the question.